So a lot of you guys have been asking yourself whether you should delve into catfish farming, because you have other things that you are looking at. Some you are looking at poultry, some you are looking at crops, among other things. Today's video is to compare catfish farming with other things that you may be interested in doing, like poultry or crop farming. So let's see. The very first thing I would like to talk about is I'm going to share my own experience with you. I started my fish farm with just 100 fingerlings. 2 years, 3 years down the line, we have over 5,000 pieces of fish and we are doing quite well. But prior to my fish farm, I was so much interested in doing other things. I had goats in mind, I had rabbitry in mind, I had piggery in mind, I had poultry in mind, and then I also had crop farming in mind. And so I had to do a lot of research and I had to visit other places. Most of the time, what I identified was my farm was supposed to be somewhere in the eastern region. Meanwhile, I am Accra based. And so I drew a plan for a poultry farm amongst other farms that I'm supposed to start. And the catfish farm was intriguing to me. So what I did was, I got a square tank, placed it in my house, and then introduced 100 fingerlings in this farm. And so what catfish farming has over these things are, one, you can easily set it up almost anywhere, depending on the kind of pond, the kind of system that you want to run with. In our videos, you see us setting up farms in people's backyards. In bigger farms, you see them on big lands. But what we try to help people to understand is it is a process. So you can start small and then you can gradually grow into the process. That is what I did, and that is how come now I have a bigger farm. But another thing too is that we as Lartman farms, we have a lot of information that you can tap from. And so you can just start the process. Maybe not start with 100, but you can start with, let's say, 1,000, 2,000, and then go the figure. Because there is a lot of details that we are going to share with you for you to be able to run your farm. Secondly, we'd like to discuss the high demand for fish. Ghana produces 40% of the total fish that we need in a year. This is why we import a lot of fish produce from other parts of the world. So when it comes to fish farming and catfish farming, a lot of the times people already know about catfish farming in Ghana. And so if you set the right processes, you get the right certification, you process your fish well, and you have the right plan, there is a market already available to buy your produce. Some of these markets include individuals who are now food conscious and they want to take note of where their fish is coming from. Secondly, you can look at restaurants that produce fish meal based diets. The problem with some of these restaurants is that they find it difficult to have consistent supply. And so what you have to do is go there with a nicely packed fish from your farm, go and have agreements with them and supply with them with good consistency. Fish, as I have said, is in high demand in the country. The next thing we'd like to talk about is the cost of startup as compared to other farm inputs or other farm produce. When you look at fish farming, I started in my backyard with a square tank. Now, when I put all of my costs together, it was cheaper as compared to starting something else. And so for you guys who want to run on a small scale, it is easy for you to put a few resources together and get your farm rolling. Another thing we would like to look out for is the production time. Catfish grow very quickly, that is mostly in about 4 to 6 months. And so farmers can easily turn over their resources and make the right profits that they are looking at. Also, the maintenance of running a fish farm is low as compared to other farms, because if you have 1,000 fish capacity pond, one person is enough to take care of them. The only responsibilities would be to be able to change the water regularly, feed them at the right time, and then take a look at them and see if there's any problem or anything attached to your fish. And so you may not necessarily need 2 or 3 or 4 people to run around and take care of your fish. Another thing you like to look out for is that catfish farming has various products that you can get from your farm. Amongst them, you can sell the fresh fish, you can sell the smoked fish, you can even introduce fillet, you can introduce fish powder, and then all of your inputs, you can also have some fertilizer that you can also sell to other people. And so it doesn't give you just one source of income. There are multiple sources of income. And currently in Ghana here, there are lots of these areas that hasn't been well tapped. And so for you guys who are watching us today, if you come to Lartman Farms and you say, I have this resource, this is what I can do, we try as much as possible to find a way, and then we direct you to one of the areas of the industry where you can take advantage of. By doing this, you would realize that you can get yourself in an industry which has a lot of potentials, but a lot of the resources has not been tapped. Therefore, making you stand out and then also get more money in a less competitive market because of the processes and other things that we are going to share with you. And so thank you so much for watching us today, and we'd like to see you on our next episode, same time next week. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Put a notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. We have our Lartman Farms training coming up again for 2023. It is going to be on the 31st of March and the 1st of April. It's a 2-day training where we are going to explain to you the details of the fish farming. And so in the description section, we have our contact over there. When you reach out to us, you can just share us a WhatsApp message or an email that says, I want to join your training. We'll share all of the details with you and find a way to get you registered. Thank you so much, and bye.